we got into these conversations. And during these conversations, we found out a lot of things. We found out what people wanted, what people hated, what people needed, and everything else in between there. Howdy, how, sales ascender? It's Wednesday, and that means it's time for another high ticket tune-up. I hope you're having a great day today. Sean here. Cheers. Hope you're having a wonderful coffee drink, and I hope you got your tacos yesterday for Taco Tuesday. But let's just jump right into it. We got a great question that came in today, and we're going to be talking about different versions of the same offer. Really interesting topic to talk about just for a few minutes to share some perspective, the light of day, the things that we went through and struggled in our own life and business. So Ryan asked this. He says, do you offer different versions of the same offer to your prospects? And so what I wanted to do is walk through kind of the journey that we took when we started into this world of making offers, especially when it came to high ticket in the online space. So when we first started doing this, we were at the end of our software company. We just sold our software company, and we went and we asked our coach, we said, hey, what should we do? And our coach, Alex Sharfin, I love the guy, says, well, what are you good at? And we said, sales. And he said, well, guess what? All these online entrepreneurs need help with sales. Okay, perfect. So we went and we started speaking with a bunch of these entrepreneurs who we thought might struggle with the sales issue. And we got into these conversations. And during these conversations, we found out a lot of things. We found out what people wanted, what people hated, what people needed, and everything else in between there. And so what we decided to do after doing a little bit of research, probably after about our first 5 or 10 conversations, we came up with an offer. And the offer was a 6-month agreement for a certain amount of cash. And then what we decided we were going to do was for each person that came through and invested into that 6-month agreement with us, we were going to make it custom for them. So yes, we were doing different versions of the same offer to our existing clients. And what happened was, because we were kind of a smaller, just getting started business, we only had the capacity to handle 5 clients, right? And so when we have 5 clients, then that meant we could do different offers or different versions of the same offer, because there was a limited amount of people that we were working with, and my mental capacity had the space in order to be able to chop that up. As we grew and we said, okay, we're doing the one-on-one stuff, and that's really custom for everybody. And I recommend that's where everyone starts, right? If you're just getting started, one of the things you want to think about doing is taking on a client, maybe even at a lower ticket, so you can learn the ropes and understand what they want and what they want to do. But if you have the experience, like we had 20 plus years of sales experience, we didn't need to wait and charge a lower amount when we first got started and just take on these high ticket clients. So if you're there and you need to do that, then just think about that, right? You can start with a handful of clients. You can make every offer a different offer to those 5 or 8 or maybe even 10 clients. I don't have the capacity mentally to manage more than about 5 clients with different versions of the same offer. So that's how we started. We did each particular client we had 5 clients. They all had the same offer, but it was a different version because they had a different focus point or a problem that we were actually trying to solve for them. So in that case, when we were doing high ticket, one-to-one, one-on-one, very custom solutions, that's okay. Now you can do this. However, it gets a little bit confusing, especially when it comes time to scale, because once you get to a place where you're stable in your one-on-one services, and then you maybe think, okay, I need to do more, or what's the next step? Well, you take your expertise and then you start to go, instead of one-to-one, because now you've heard the language and you understand the what they actually wanted. And as you continue doing the prospecting work, you're going to come across a bunch of different people that say, oh, hey, well, this is my problem. This is my problem. This is my problem. You're going to find a lot of problems that people need solved. And that's what's beautiful about what we do, because we get the chance to help those people and make an impact. But during that discovery phase, we'll find a trend. We usually will find 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 different things that are continually being brought up by all these different people that we're speaking with. And once we understood that, we went through the process of saying, okay, instead of having a different version of the same offer, we're going to have 3 different levels of our offer that cover different parts. And so we broke it down from, hey, I have 5, 6 clients that are doing everything's very custom, but it's the same timeline. It's the same deliverable at the end of the day, but they were just different versions. To, okay, hey, if you want the gold service, white glove kind of move, then that one is going to be very custom. It's going to be a different version of the same offer, but it's going to probably be a bigger investment simply because that's what it is. Secondly, now, hey, what are those 3 or 4 core things that we discovered during our working with our high ticket clients, as well as doing the discovery work and talking to prospects? When we found out what those trends were, we said, okay, here's our one to kind of many program that we're going to offer. And this one to many program is only going to solve 1, 2, or maximum of 3 major problems. And then we did the do it yourself. So it's like the coaching program was kind of the done with you. And then we went into where we're actually still moving into the do it yourself version, which is just get started on your own and move forward. So those were what we started with. So we started with one offer and it was different for all of our clients. And then as we started to scale and brought on more clients, then we had to refine the version of that offer that would just go to those people. We made a bigger offer that went to our, and I learned this actually, I had a chance to play golf with Myron Golden. If you don't know who Myron Golden is, you're going to want to go follow him. He is an epic stage speaker. He teaches people how to close from stage. And I had a chance to play golf with him. And I remember he said to me, he said, Sean, I have a $1 million program. I said, what do you sell for $1 million? And he said, well, if I can sell you $1 million worth of something and take you on one stage and make $3 million, like, is that worth it? And I said, yes. And so I said, okay, well, that's the big result. And I said, have you sold that? And he goes, no, I've never sold it. You'd be the first person. And I started laughing. I thought, well, that's interesting. But it gave me a lot of perspective when I learned that from him, because then I thought to myself, oh man, well, if we don't have a super high ticket offer, we should create one. Who knows if anyone's going to buy it, but at least we have it to offer. And if you don't have that like wacky way out there offer, you never know if someone's going to buy it. So what we did is we said, okay, we've got our 6-month agreement with this result, and this was the different versions of the same offer we were creating. Then we said, let's make one bigger, and we're going to call that our red carpet white glove one, which is going to be way out of the ballpark, right? Ours wasn't $1 million; it was actually 300,000. And that was a 12-month agreement with every bell and whistle that we had in the arsenal. And that's what the offer was, right? And then we created, we still had the done for you service, which we were doing, which we had the 5 or 6 clients. And then we started doing kind of a group coaching program, which answered just actually 2 things. So we focused on doing that. And then that was the only version of that one piece that went out. And then from there, now the do-it-yourself version, actually, we're coming out with a software, which I'm really excited about. And we got a lot of other things that are coming in cool. So again, just to recap for you, hopefully this provided a lot of value to you today, because this is something that I struggle with a lot. When we started, we had one offer. It was a 6-month long agreement with somebody, and each thing, the different version of that same offer was going to our one-to-one clients. And then from there, we realized like if we continued doing that, we were going to burn out because everybody was different. Things were going to start falling through the cracks, and we didn't want that to happen. So instead, we said, let's bucket what it is. So our Done For You is a 6-month program that focuses on solving these 3 things. Our highest ticket offer, this is one that does everything. And then we have kind of the done one to many kind of coaching program that's only going to answer 2 questions. And then we have our do it yourself, which should only answer about 1 question. And when we set it up that way, then now it's very easy as a sales professional to walk into our organization and be able to actually sell the products, services, and offers that we have, versus coming in and having this extremely long learning curve, because nobody wants that, right? If you hire a sales pro into your building, you're going to want them to start producing, or her to start producing same day, next day kind of a thing. And if there's a lot of different versions of offers that are out there, guess what's going to happen? They're going to get confused, especially a newer person. Things are going to get dropped. You're going to have to oversee them. So just from a management level, it makes it kind of messy. So what I think about doing is, if you are in that place where you're just doing done for you services, you're ready to take the next step into, okay, hey, like one-to-many kind of coaching programs, think about refining that offer and just making your one-on-one offer answer like 3 main problems that you solve. You're full blown if you want to make like, I call it the big, hairy, audacious program, like the Myron's $1 million program or 300K program. That one's the white glove. That one you get everything, a little bit of a longer term contract, but it answers a bunch more questions than that. And then we went to kind of like our one-to-many, which is our group coaching, which is only answering 2 questions. And then our do-it-yourself is only going to answer 1 question. And then when we have a sales pro come in, we say, listen, do-it-yourself only answers 1. Done with you, kind of the coaching services answers these 2 problems. Our one-on-ones answer these 3 problems. And then if somebody wants to go down this path, it's a custom conversation. And then everyone that walks in says, oh, it's so clear to me. I understand what the process is and I know how it works. And that's what we learned and went through. And so again, Ryan, I hope this helps answer this question. Do you offer different versions of of your same offer to your prospects? The answer is, what stage of the life cycle are you in your business? And that's where you got to start. With that said, you've just been tuned in. It's another lovely high ticket tune-up day, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow.